Roads Untraveled family, what is going on? Today we're in a B7 Audi S4. This is the first time in my entire life I've ever driven the Audi 4.2 liter NA V8. So happy. One of my dream cars is actually the first generation Audi R8 V8 in a stick, because they're like $70,000 to $80,000 now. That's like a bargain of a century when you compare it to the new Audi R8 that's like, you know, 250 plus. Obviously not really comparable. The first generation only has a 420 horsepower. Either way, that's not what we're in. We're in the S4, all right? And this one is kind of it's definitely modified. It's got way more horsepower than stock. Not way more, but it's got a little bit more horsepower than stock. Bolt-ons. And it has a few bits from the RS4. This is basically what the owner was trying to do with this. Basically a, let's say an S4.5. Like, it's halfway between the S4 and the RS4. Also, lucky for me, the one we're driving today is in fact a manual transmission. So glad. I didn't even ask the owner if it was a manual transmission before we came out here to film. I didn't think it was that necessary to ask him. If it was an automatic, the Tiptronic, I would have been extremely disappointed. Maybe not have been vocal about it, but 6,000 RPM. It's pretty quick. It's very quick, but you know what? It's still German sedan, like one hand on the wheel, perfectly fine. The steering's very light. But yeah, you know what this car does have? Quattro, all-wheel drive, so you're not struggling for grip in the slightest. And even with that slightly front-biased weight distribution, it dips into a corner pretty good. I mean, you can feel the weight. There's a lot of it, but you can feel it moving around a little bit. But I mean, it's pretty solid. It grips. It's definitely nose heavy a little bit, but a little bit too much revving going on there. That's another thing. Super sensitive throttle, but the way it exits corners with the all-wheel drive, the second you get back on the power, you're right back there in the place you want to be. So anything above 3,000 RPM, it's got plenty of torque. The best thing though is the sound of this engine. It sounds so good.
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows.
So it's got V8 RS4 brakes on the front, so, you know, slightly bigger rotors. The calipers are also from an RS4. It's got RS4 wheels. It does have a Milltek catback exhaust with no resonators, which is very much welcome. It also has an APR intake, full carbon fiber intake, which looks very nice under the engine bay. That is one thing to note. Audi, with their engine bays, specifically this one, you actually see the engine. There's no stupid plastic engine cover. You pop the hood, there's the intake manifold, there's the coils and everything in your face, and it fills up the entire engine bay. These engines are definitely pushed further forward. The weight distribution on these aren't perfect. I think they're like, you know, 55, 65, or somewhere in that range for weight distribution. But either way, I mean, these cars look sick, and there it is. Oh my God. Oh, the V8 is something else. That just sounds unreal. It's got a Stage 2 tune on it as well. It's pushing about 380 horsepower. So obviously the newer S4 does away with the NA V8 that's in this car and goes with the supercharged V6. And what you get with that is better fuel economy and instant-ish torque, right? Whereas this, you get instant torque and predictable fuel economy. Let's just say that. It's terrible, but it's predictable. So thumbs up, Audi, for that. I mean, what is this car? This car is basically, you know, the last dying breaths of a very long relationship. I mean, this is Audi's kind of long, drawn-out breakup with the naturally aspirated big displacement engine. I mean, all of their cars now, with exception to the new R8, are forced induction. As far as the RS4 and, you know, the R6, the R7, they're all twin turbo engines now, right? Which is good for tunability and stuff, but in terms of just raw motorsport feel, this is the last. This is the last S4 and RS4 generation with an NA engine. NA V8 nonetheless, which is kind of disappointing. But at the same time, you can get into them for cheap still, and they are going to be remembered. They're absolutely going to be remembered. This particular example has 136,000 kilometers on it, which isn't, it's not low, but it's not crazy high or anything. Obviously, the big thing with these engines is the timing chain. If this timing chain needs to be changed, you're looking at a full engine out service, and it's going to cost you a lot of money to get that done. And I think that's why the first generation R8s have come so far down in price, because the maintenance out of warranty is just astronomical when things do go wrong. But that being said, this S4 has kind of a slightly more tuned down version of the 4.2. This is the same engine block as is in the first generation Audi R8, so that's kind of cool. The torque band's super flat too, and you get peak torque just after 3,000 RPM. So you don't really have to wait around for power at all. It's pretty much just a constant pull. Like it doesn't really increase too much as you get up to 7,000 RPM. It's just constant. Oh, wow. Super smooth though. This is why I love German cars. This is what sets these apart from pretty much everything else I drive here on Roads Untraveled. 136,000 kilometers, there is virtually no wear on these seats. And when I say no wear, I'm not exaggerating whatsoever. I mean, this interior has held up crazy. I mean, aside from a little bit of creasing going on here, air conditioning still works. It's got everything. It's, you know, obviously it's got cup holders. Me coming from an MR2, everything that my MR2 doesn't have, I notice right away. So when a car has cup holders, I'm like, oh my God, we're living in pure luxury today. But I've never really liked Audi or VW shifters. They're just not, they're not all that you want in a car like this. I mean, for daily driving, it's nice and light and everything, but they just kind of have like a light, slightly sloppy kind of feel to them. It's fine, like you'll never miss a gear in this gearbox, but at the same time, it doesn't have that robust feel. Like it almost feels like it's gonna snap off, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of gas today. It's fine though, it's all good. I mean, let's look at where the automotive landscape is taking us, okay? Pretty much every base Audi or any Audi you're getting into now comes with turbos, except for the high-end model, okay? Same with Ferrari. You look at Ferrari, all of their cars they have now are turbocharged, with exception to the top two. Same with Porsche. Pretty much the only NA ones you're gonna get now are, you know, the 918 and the GT3 cars. It's dying. It's really dying. Force induction is taking over, and it's kind of just trickled its way up the model lineup until the high-end models are no longer going to be NA. Little bit of push coming into the corner, but like I said, you can really, oh, that was a nice crack with the exhaust. You can really control that a little bit with the throttle when you're kind of mid-quarter coming out of the corner, but entry, you're definitely feeling a little bit of push. For a car that, you know, you can get your passengers in the back and get them sitting in Recaros and have some fun as well on the back roads. Yeah, a little bit of push there. It's really solid. It really, really is. I mean, the only real downside to this car is the maintenance, the cost of parts, and the shifter, in my opinion, just needs a little bit of work. I'm glad this has RS4 brakes as well. They've come in handy, definitely with the added power. This is a balanced car. I think that's the right word. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely day driving an S4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely listen to our podcast every single Wednesday on iTunes, Shout Engine, Stitcher, wherever you download your podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.